आपको लिए चलेंगे पंजाब जुडिशियल एकेडमी, जहां पर मॉडल डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट्स के हवाले से तकरीब का इनेकाद किया गया है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट के सीनियर तरीन जज जस्टिस आसिफ सईद खोसा इस वक्त खताब कर रहे हैं।
Duty, but it is our religious duty as a Muslim that we have to honor this command of Almighty Allah. We have to do our best to decide the cases which are put up before us, because that is a trust that we have to discharge. So this was the prime motivation. Now, there were two fundamental principles behind this project, which I had, with the help of the Honorable Chief Justice of Lahore High Court and with the blessings of the Honorable Chief Justice of Pakistan, this project was conceived and it is being implemented. There are two fundamental principles. One principle is that other than the complaint cases in which the complainant is in charge of his case, it is, in a state case, it is the responsibility of the state to ensure justice. We had seen over a period of time that the state had left that duty to the complainant party. You see, we still have Section 493 CRPC in our Code of Criminal Procedure, which says in a state case, the complainant may engage the services of a counsel, but he has nothing to do with the court. He cannot even address the court. He may assist the government pleader only. Because it's a state case, the state is to prosecute. The state is to investigate. If he is interested in controlling the prosecution or investigation, he may file a private complaint. He may take responsibility in his own hands. But as long as it is a state case, the state must own the responsibility. Now, in the judicial sector, state has different roles to play. One is the investigation. So we wanted to make sure that in this project, somehow we devise mechanisms where investigation is completed within the statutory period, which is 14 days. And a challan has to be submitted in 17 days. If the police arrests people because they violate the law, who will ask questions from the police if it does violate the law itself by not completing the investigation in 14 days? Because then the police will be violating the law. Somebody has to be held responsible. First step. Second step, the prosecution branch comes in. It is their duty to vet the challan, to see the legal infirmities, whether all the legal formalities are complete, the evidence is good enough to be taken to the court. It is their responsibility to keep all the precedents of Supreme Court and High Court before them where criminal cases somehow suffer bad results. They are to be conscious. And I must tell you that for 100 years, the Supreme Court and the High Courts are saying that a joint recovery is inadmissible. But even till today, we see criminal cases where there's a joint recovery. That means that the prosecution branch did not do its job. The investigating officer did not know the law. Nobody told him this. Everybody on the criminal side knows that a joint confession is inadmissible in evidence. But even till today, we get cases in which 2 or 3 or 4 accused come to somebody and say, sorry, we did this and we are ashamed and we want to apologize. Why? Because the investigating officer somehow was never told that this can't be done. So there is a responsibility of the prosecution branch, the investigation branch of the police, to apprise itself of all the legal requirements, the precedents set by the Supreme Court and the High Courts. So this is second limb where the state is to play its role. The third is that the now challan is submitted before the court and the court summons the accused person to face a trial. It is for the trial judge now to take responsibility. He is to make sure that the proceedings are conducted in accordance with the law, and all possible efforts to delay the trial are to be handled by him and to be scuttled by him, to be, tackled by him. And we had conceived a plan with the Honorable Chief Justice of Lahore High Court that right on day one, when the accused comes before the court, he is to be told by the presiding officer that you can engage a counsel. We'll frame a charge against you in such and such days. It is your responsibility to engage the services of a counsel, and if you don't do that, there will be a counsel at state expense already available to prosecute this case, to defend this case on your behalf. So,
जी नाज़रीन, पंजाब जुडिशल एकेडमी में मॉडल डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट्स के